Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Right now at 10, the second annual dog adoption event held by Doll Auto. Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Michael Germain. Local 434 plumbers and steam fitters have started their Heats On event in La Crosse. Partnered with the La Crosse County Veterans Office, the service techs and the signatory contractors will be servicing residential heating equipment for La Crosse area veterans.
Well, we're running a program that's Heats On for veterans, and we find veterans in the area that might have a hard time getting hold or affording a tech, and then we go out and volunteer our time and services to go make sure their heat's running properly for the winter.
Hutchins says it's important to take care of our veterans, and it's very important to the 434 plumbers. While this is their first year running Heats On in La Crosse, they have been running it for 15 years in Eau Claire, and they say they have enough support here to make it an annual event. Logan High School held its fall craft show earlier today. The event provided a showcase for regional creativity and featured over 150 vendors from La Crosse and surrounding communities.
I love walking around and just seeing the huge variety of stuff. It's everything from gift cards to candles to baked goods to mittens.
There was something for everyone at the show, plus dozens of door prizes, and a perfect place to get some holiday shopping done early if you like to procrastinate. All proceeds from the craft show fund scholarships for Logan students to pursue education after high school. It's never too late to come home. A funeral service 7 decades in the making. News 8's Now Shaquille Davis was there and has the story.
The match that Charles never got when he died. At least, not in the way we all hope.
73 years after leaving his home in Cashton to fight in the Korean War, U.S. Army Private First Class Charles Dickman finally came home.
I was sure hoping it would before I passed to get him home, and he did.
In July 1950, Dickman went missing after his unit engaged in defensive actions north of Chocheon, South Korea. Because of all the fighting, his body could not be recovered. The Army issued a presumptive finding of death on December 13, 1953. Dickman was only 17 years old.
It was very, very hard. Never forget, you're always thinking and hoping, and it happened.
After seizing control of Chocheon in the fall of 1950, the Army began to recover remains from the area. Dickman's couldn't be positively identified, so his body was interred at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific in Honolulu, Hawaii, as unknown X-146. He remained there until 2018.
What they do is they get the remains that are unidentified, and they get a list of people that were missing and get the DNA from family members and use that to identify the remains.
While dental analysis and chest radiograph comparisons helped to identify Charles' remains, it was DNA that finally brought him home.
Her DNA and some of the male relation, the nephews and stuff like that.
Casualty Assistant Officer Jeffrey Trevitowski says days like this are important because it's special to the families.
It's important to bring closure for the families to bring their loved ones home from such a long time ago.
He says the Army is hoping Private Dickman won't be the last.
That is their final goal, as far as I know, is to identify as many of them, if not all of them, as possible, and get them back home.
As for Dickman, Patricia remembers her brother vividly.
He was a little mischievous, but a great brother.
In Cashton, Shaquille Davis, News 8 Now.
Charles Dickman's sister Patricia says that she's very grateful for this day. Well, it was a little bit of kind of a gloomy day here in the Coulee region. With that, it's time to bring in First Warn meteorologist Bill Grahl. Hey, Bill.
That's right, Michael. We started with some sunshine, but plenty of clouds through the day. Another big story today, the winds. They were quite gusty from the north and northwest, 10 to 20 gusting, even 30+ miles per hour at times. High temperatures, though, fairly seasonable. 61 degrees here in La Crosse, 58 in Eau Claire, 55 in Black River Falls, 54 in Viroqua, and low to mid 60s down in Decorah, Boscobel, and Prairie du Chien. So that's 61, actually 2 degrees above average. So for the last 5 days, we have seen an above average high temperature out at the airport. So pretty much even Steven. 11 days so far this month have been below average for that high, and 10 have been above average. All is quiet this evening. Those winds have really come down. We've got some scattered clouds, but it is dry across the region this evening. Any rain chances well to our east moving into the southern Great Lakes. Current temperature is still 50 out at the La Crosse Airport. Pretty much everyone else has dipped into the 40s in our viewing area. We'll see a mix of clouds and stars overnight, seasonably chilly. Lows in the 30s for many, right near 40 degrees here in La Crosse. And if winds go light enough, maybe some patchy valley fog late tonight, especially north and west of La Crosse. I'll have your Sunday forecast. Next week is looking rather active as well. Details coming up.
Thanks, Bill. Spooktacular Kids Day is here again. Clearwater Farms in Unalaska held its annual Halloween event today from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Spooktacular activities included a costume contest, crafts, games, animals, and food. The head of the farm grounds team, Frank Collis, wants everyone to know that the farm is open all year round with things to do.
So we just try to make it a happy place for everybody. You know, people learn by doing, and you would not believe how many kids, if they didn't have something like this, they'd never be exposed to the farm animals and the garden and different things that we do.
Clearwater Farms is involved in many field trips, summer camps, family activities, special needs communities, and the Spark program. For more information, you can visit clearwaterfarm.org, or we'll have a link on our platform's news8000.com. If you were looking to buy a car today, you may end up leaving with a new friend instead. Local shelter A New Leash on Life and Dahl Subaru teamed up for their second annual adoption event. Dahl transformed their showroom for the activity to help find loving homes for local animals.
We're having an adoption event that Dahl Subaru is sponsoring. So we brought a bunch of dogs who are looking for homes, hoping to match them up with their perfect family.
Dahl Subaru is donating $100 for each pet adopted from A New Leash on Life during the month of October. The event will include many pets to adopt and a dog bar with free hot dogs for attendees. The retailer will be collecting donations of pet food and supplies at the event. Well, coming up on News 8 Now, an Airbnb nightmare. This owner was left with $300,000 in damages, and her insurance says they won't cover it.
Get tax relief savings now at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale. And when you spend $9.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief discount, plus 1-year interest-free financing and free shipping. 7% tax relief savings now at Home Furniture.
One of the best selections of commercial vehicles in the Midwest can be found at Osseo Automotive in Osseo. From medium-duty trucks and vans to super-duty work trucks, cube vans, chassis cabs, and more, you'll find the most popular commercial vehicles from Ford and Chevrolet all in one location. Take advantage of Section 179 tax savings before the end of the year. Get to work with a new commercial truck or van from Osseo Automotive in Osseo. Shop online at OsseoAutoCommercial.com.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
Get tax relief now at Homeworld Rugs with an extra 7% off sale prices on a huge selection of room-size area rugs. Like these rug collections, now just $185 after 7% tax relief. Choose from a variety of colors and patterns during tax relief now at Homeworld Rugs.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect.
In California, an Airbnb host's worst nightmare. A pregnant woman is now facing nearly $300,000 worth of damage and losses after guests left her unit in disrepair. Suzanne Fawn has the story.
So this is the toilet that caused the damage. You can still see the baby wipe.
It's hard to believe that a clogged and broken toilet could have caused so much damage.
It was the toilet that had been broken and running over for 15 plus hours.
Erica Gemser and her husband, who are expecting their first child any day now, were forced to move out of their home in the Mission District 6 months ago. Their house is still unfixed.
There's no kitchen, no bathrooms that could be usable.
Gemser is an Airbnb host. On March 15th, 4 guests signed on to stay at her upstairs unit in the Mission District for a month.
They had actually left that evening of April 13th, presumably right before or right after this clog started.
Gemser lived in the unit directly downstairs. She didn't see any red flags until it was too late.
Water coming from every crevice, opening, every light fixture.
Gemser immediately called Airbnb, who then told her to get a full estimate and receipts for the repairs to her home. She says the extent of the damage made it impossible to get a quick assessment.
I tried to explain this to Airbnb, like this is not a broken door, this isn't furniture.
Gemser says it took weeks for Airbnb's investigative plumber to arrive and determine the cost of the clogged toilet.
3 of those things happening. It's the feces, it's the baby wipes that they probably used the entire 30 days that they were there, and the trying to relieve the clog by messing with the tank.
Gemser estimates that the damages and the losses add up to about $300,000. She says she's disappointed by Airbnb's coverage policy for hosts.
They advertise it as the $3 million host protection guarantee. So the idea is, as a host, we've got you covered top to bottom with $3 million of coverage. So don't worry, we got you. Turns out 90% of that is not covered. So they've given me an offer of around $31,000.
Gemser believes she was fully covered between Airbnb's host coverage and her own homeowner's insurance.
Turns out that's not the case. So for people who are thinking about being hosts, look into all the different insurance you can buy all of it, buy all of it.
Gemser says she is not accepting the $31,000 offer by Airbnb. She says homeowners insurance has been a big help, but it doesn't cover everything like the loss of income. Coming up on News 8, a new prescription. A new study shows that video games may just be what the doctor ordered.
I will have your weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes, right after the break. Stay tuned.
Protect yourself, your family, and your community against the flu this season. And get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Plus, earn a 20-cent fuel saver when you get your flu shot. Visit your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and protect yourself today. Some restrictions apply.
Hunting for rustic this season? Set your sights on Western Wisconsin's premier cabin store. Browse real wood selections of aspen, hickory, barnwood, and specialties like walnut and maple burl. Shop dining sets, bars, coffee tables, end tables, and one-of-a-kind epoxy pieces. Accessorize with a huge selection of rugs and lamps. Customize cabin upholstery from Bestcraft and rockers, chairs, and easy sofas. Visit our bed shed and outfit your cabin with sets in king, queen, full, and twin. Case pieces and bunk beds to match. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Get insulin for as low as $35 at Hy-Vee Pharmacy. That's right, manage your diabetes for less with insulin for as low as $35 per month. Visit Hy-Vee.com to learn more.
The 2023 Fall Home Show going on now at the Board Store Home Improvements. High quality at a low price on windows and doors, kitchens and bathrooms, siding, decks, sunrooms, and flooring. Don't miss it.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
For people who live with ADHD, certain things can be difficult. Playing video games might be the last thing you'd think would make things better, but that's exactly how a new treatment works. Dominic Garcia has more.
What if your doctor prescribed you a video game? This one was actually designed to treat ADHD.
This was built from the ground up to do something in the brain.
Dr. Scott Collins is one of the people behind Endeavor OTC. It's a video game that targets parts of the brain involved in attention control. It's been in development for 10 years, went through clinical trials, and has been presented to the FDA.
The FDA agreed, they reviewed all the clinical data and said, yeah, you can actually market this specifically to people with ADHD.
When you say it worked, what does that mean?
It improved attention and it improved function.
In the game, you have to pay very close attention and steer a character through a world while avoiding distractions.
It's the combination of those two things together that we know from a lot of other research stimulates the parts of your brain involved in attention. And just like other parts of your body with exercise, you can actually strengthen neural connections through using this treatment.
There are now two versions, a prescription version for kids and an over-the-counter version for adults.
I really saw the immediate effects.
Brian Watkins is the executive director of the California Republican Party. He also has ADHD.
It takes time, extra time throughout your day to plan certain tasks.
When he heard about Endeavor OTC, he thought he'd give it a try.
It's not fun, but it's like fun going to the gym. You know you need to take care of yourself.
It's a big goal for us is actually to get people to really think about this as a treatment that's delivered through a game.
A prescription to play that could make a big difference. Dominic Garcia, CBS News.
It's estimated about 6 million kids and more than 8 million adults have ADHD. Well, I think it's now time to bring in firstborn meteorologist Bill Grahl. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Michael, full disclosure, you caught me on going to the break there working on a graphic, but the reason is because a few of you shared some gorgeous shots of the sunset earlier this evening. So first of all, I caught it on our CityCam 8 time lapse. Let's check that out. We had plenty of clouds throughout the day, just a few peaks of sun here and there, even a few sprinkles here downtown, but just enough sunshine just before it set to create some great colors there in our western sky at about 6:15 this evening. Here was the view just up the river in the Lake Onalaska area. Thanks to Beth for this beautiful shot. She said this is right across the street from Blue Moon up there. Miss me some Blue Moon, that's for sure. And check this out from JP. This was on West German Ridge between Hoka and Brownsville, Minnesota. He said he was hunting up there, and just a gorgeous shot there in southeastern Minnesota earlier this evening. So thank you for sharing your photos. You can check them out on my Facebook page, WKBT Bill Grahl. And if you took one yourself, feel free to share it there as well. Always love to see your photos and your pictures from the region. Also, fall colors, post those as well. Some of the trees are looking great across the region right now. Well, it's dark, so you can't see the trees currently, but 61 was the high today, 45 the low. Averages are 59 and 40. 83 and 20 the record. Just a trace of rain with those sprinkles out at the airport. Still about a quarter inch above average for the month of October, but approaching 6 inches below average for the year. But we did see some improvement on the drought conditions because of the rainfall, the significant rainfall of several days ago. And next week is looking quite unsettled. You see that in just a moment. 50 degrees at the airport, 49 downtown at the station. Winds have really lightened up. Mississippi is dropping 5.22. Eau Claire, you're at 44 degrees with some passing clouds, light winds there as well. We're still at 50 out at the airport, but most surrounding communities have dipped into the 40s, mid to upper 40s for most, although already down to 41 in Boscobel. And those winds, which were out of the north at 10 to 20, gusting 30 plus miles an hour, now into the 5 to 10 mile per hour range. Could see some patchy valley fog late tonight, early tomorrow, especially up to the north and northwest there, but should be pretty isolated across the region, and otherwise just some passing clouds overnight tonight, kind of scattered in nature, but it will be dry overnight tonight as high pressure moving in from the northern plains will promise a dry Sunday. Eventually this disturbance out to the west will bring at least a slight chance for a few showers late tomorrow night and into Monday morning. So Sky Tracker shows the partly cloudy conditions overnight tonight. and into our Sunday. Otherwise, late tomorrow night, that slight chance for some showers moving in across areas from the west and into Monday morning, and then some partial clearing, even some sunshine as we get into Monday afternoon. Zone forecast showing temperatures tomorrow in the upper 50s, fairly similar to today. Maybe a couple of degrees cooler in many spots. Mid to upper 50s will be coming down to the south. So most spots will be in the 50s. There could be a few isolated locations reaching about 60 or 61 degrees. Expect about 57 in Chippewa Falls and 58 in Eau Claire. So my forecast for tonight, a mix of clouds and stars, some patchy valley fog possible late tonight and early tomorrow. 59 tomorrow, partly sunny, much calmer. Those winds will be out of the south-southeast at 5 to 10, so not nearly as windy as what we saw today. Again, that slight chance of showers late tomorrow night into Monday morning, 64. Look at Tuesday, my goodness. Spring, 70s for highs, scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms. Chance of showers and breezy on Wednesday. Another surge of moisture on Thursday with a good chance of rain showers, and cooling off later next week. In fact, we may be in the 40s to around 50 for highs next weekend with a slight chance of rain showers. A couple forecast models even advertising some snow shower chances next weekend, but that's way out there. So we'll fine tune that forecast next week.
Thanks, Bill. Coming up in sports, we've got a loaded show with some postseason action volleyball, soccer, and football, and even cross country. Kate Overton has it all after the break.
We all know how weather goes around here. So why not take the First Warn team with you? Stay weather aware with hourly temps and conditions, video forecasts, and interactive radar. And the best part? It's easy to use. Here, try it.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for adventure, on or off-road. Get great deals on our capable lineup of Ford SUVs, including Ford Explorer, Ford Bronco Sport, and Ford Edge, all designed with technology to give you confidence on the road. Hurry in to your local Ford dealer. SUV season will end soon. Now, get 2.9% financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash on select Ford SUVs. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
You want, when you want it. Leibachens Rent to Own.
Come into your nearest Leibachens Rent to Own to get your grand opening gift of a 2-week skip pass to use anytime you want, including the first 2 weeks. Come celebrate the grand opening of Leibachens' new Portage location with a 2-week skip pass.
What you want, when you want it. Leibachens Rent to Own.
It's the Bobby Bones Show. Get your morning started right.
She says my boyfriend can't stand that I listen to the show. He would rather I spend time with him.
That's crazy.
Oh, just dump him.
What do you call a pig that does karate?
What?
A pork chop.
Of course you do.
Yes!
A woman donated a kidney to a complete stranger all because of a Facebook post.
You're gonna walk away feeling better than you did before.
Join me, Bobby Bones, every weekday morning starting at 6 on Kicks 106.3.
For over 30 years, Habitat for Humanity of the Greater La Crosse region has brought people together to provide affordable housing opportunities and create a community where all feel they belong. Our Team Habitat experts can help find a path to home ownership, build homes, make critical repairs, renew the environment, and reuse furniture, building materials, and more at the Restore. Find out what Team Habitat can do for you. Visit habitatlacrosse.org.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to News 8 Sports. We've got a jam-packed show tonight, starting with some high school volleyball playoffs. Holman looks to continue their run tonight in what will be their last home game. The Vikings hosting Monona Grove. Holman with a quick start. McKenna McHugh with the serve, and you can't return it like that because Izzy Jar will make you pay. Point Vikings later in the set. Jar with the quick dig. Lydia Olson hits it over. Silver Eagles block it, but that sets up Jar with the big kill. Vikings go up 4. Still in the first, Olsen with the serve, and she gets the ace. Vikings are fired up. And then on set point, Raina McCardle sets it to guess who? It's Jar with the kill. Vikings take the set, and they would get the win 3-0 and are regional champions. Over in Onalaska, the Hilltoppers trying to capture a regional title of their own. They were taking on Madison Memorial. Anna took the first set, and then in the second, Aiden Marco sets it to Maddie Wilson. She comes up swinging, a big kill point on Alaska. Later, Ellie Moscati with the serve. Memorial can't return it, and that's an ace for the Hilltoppers. Then on set point, Pedretti with the bump, Moscati with the set, and Kapelke with the big kill. Hilltoppers take the second set. They would get the sweep 3-0. Both on Alaska and Holman will be in Waunakee next Thursday. For Division 2 and 3, West Salem got a big win 3-0. They'll face Sauk Prairie next week, and Aquinas with the big sweep, they'll take on Stratford. And then over in Division 4, no surprises here. Waniwak Center and Royal both get big sweeps, which means they'll face each other for the third time this year next week. Royal, they've won 6 of 7 sets. All right, playoff soccer. Arcadia Raiders taking on the Aquinas Blue Golds over at Field for Kids. First goal of the match comes 8 minutes into the second half. A scuffle in front of the net, but Brandon Busteau Sandoval puts it away for the Raiders and gives them a 1-goal lead. But here come the Blue Golds. Vincent Barr making the run, shoots it far side, and scores the equalizer. He ties it at 2, but it would go to a shootout to decide the winner, and the Raiders keeper, Cruz Lopez, makes the final save of the night to take down Aquinas and move on to the next round. A couple of other games from the area teams. Toma fell on the road to Sauk Prairie, but how about Holman getting the upset? If we can take that full screen. There it is. Toma fell on the road to Sauk Prairie, but Holman getting a big win. They'll face New Richmond on Thursday. How about some cross country? Cross-country runners are looking to get to state as Division 3 sectionals over at Westby. Let's start with the boys. Coming across the line in first is Aquinas' Jonathan Skemp with a time of 16 minutes, 23 seconds. He's followed by his teammate Declan Gregg in second. Blue Golds are runner-up and Bangor runner-up. They're heading to state. Now for the girls, coming in first is the defending state champion Addie Dillman with a time of 19 minutes, 6 seconds. She's followed by Courtney Statter of Mondovi and Anna Frank of Bangor. Aquinas and Brookwood are heading to state as teams. Dillman and Frank heading to state as individuals. In Division 2, West Salem boys are heading to state as they score 5 runners in the top 14 for a first place finish. They'll be joined by the Panther girls, who finished in second. And in Division 1, on Alaska's Manny Putz will return to defend his state title as he wins the DeFore sectional by 50 seconds. Teammates Blake Bernstead and Arlo White also qualifying as individuals. Holman girls qualifying as a team. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll have some college football when we return.
Get tax relief savings now at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale. And when you spend $9.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief discount, plus 1-year interest-free financing and free shipping. 7% tax relief savings now at Home Furniture.
At Excel Energy, we're big into the little things. Because little things add up. Millions of even the smallest steps are just that. Millions of steps, all in the right direction. That's why we have programs that save you money, all of which add up to a carbon-free future. See how you can save at excelenergy.com/ways to save.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls presents Piano Men, a tribute to Elton John and Billy Joel. Friday night, October 27th.
And he's trading in his Chevy for a Cadillac.
Don't miss Piano Man. $40 tickets at Ticketmaster include $15 rewards play. Piano Man, a tribute to Elton John and Billy Joel.
Is everybody feeling
Only at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Black River Falls. Must be 21 years or older to attend.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get an extra 7% tax relief savings when you spend $9.99 or more on quality mattress brands like Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. Plus, get 1-year interest-free financing. Tax relief savings now at Home Sleep Express.
Welcome back to News 8 Sports. The 8th-ranked UWL football team is sitting atop the WIAC standings, but in the ever-tough conference, every week is a battle. The Eagles look to stay on top, hosting the UWL Oshkosh Titans. First drive of the game, 4th down for Oshkosh, but the Eagle defense comes up big and forces the turnover on downs. And then the Eagle offense went to work inside the 5, and Helterbrand is going to connect with Jack Studer in the corner of the end zone. Eagles take a 7-point lead. Next Eagle drive on 3rd down, Helterbrand finds his man Studer. He's going to pick up a huge block right here, has room up the sideline before he's finally brought down inside the 20. A few plays later, Helterbrand hands it to Gabe Lynch, who's untouched into the end zone. Eagles go up 14. Second quarter now, UWL threatening again. Helterbrand going to the end zone, and this time it's Tyler Bowman making the grab for the score. Oshkosh kept it close, but the Eagles survived the late comeback and get the win 31-28. The Eagles host Eau Claire next week. And the Winona State Warriors get back to 500 on the season. They were on the road taking on Sioux Falls, and they just barely escaped with a win, 42-35. They'll be on the road next weekend taking on Minnesota State. Wisconsin looking to bounce back after last week's loss. They're on the road taking on Illinois. Badgers trail late in the second half. Illinois threatening, and Luke Altmaier finds Tip Ryman in the end zone. Illinois goes up 14, but right before the half, the Badgers get on the board. Braylon Allen takes the handoff, goes right up the middle for the score. Badgers cut the lead. Fourth quarter action, Badgers trail by 11. Braden Locke going deep, has a man. That's Will Pauling coming down with it. 2-point conversion good. Badgers trail by 3. Then with 30 seconds left, Lockie going to the end zone. It's the lineman, Nolan Rookie, making the grab, and the Badgers escape Champaign with a win, 25-21. Over to Lincoln. Badgers in a tough environment as number 1 Wisconsin takes on number 2 Nebraska. Wisconsin dropped the first set, but on the next set point, Nebraska serves it out of bounds. Badgers tie it up. Now in set 3, Nebraska setting it up, but they're met by the Badgers at the net. A huge block gives Wisconsin set 3, but this would go the distance. In set 5 on match point for Nebraska, Wisconsin has a net violation, and that's how it ends. 15-13, these two teams will see each other again later this year. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.